Retake. So good evening, students. How are you all? Good. Okay. So last class we have started with cost. So we know the meaning of cost, right? You know the meaning of cost? Okay, so we have discussed about explicit cost. So can you give me one example of explicit cost? Give me one example of explicit cost. Then implicit cost. Yeah, somebody give me an example of explicit cost. Ishmita, Rintu, anyone? What is explicit cost? You have not written in your copy? I've asked you to write, right? Rent paid to? Yes, rent paid to the landlord. That is explicit. And implicit is? Proprietor's own land, use it for the business purpose. Okay, the proprietor is giving service to the business. Okay, and he is getting something from it. So that is implicit. Explicit is like paying wages or salary to the workers. So that is your explicit all about, because money is going out, money is paying it to the third party. That is your explicit cost all about, right? And implicit cost is like, it is like the proprietor himself, he is getting it. He is using his own land for the business. He is giving his own service. He is using his own building, right? So he is using his own money as a capital. So that is your implicit cost all about. Fine, so that we have discussed in our last class. Okay, so today we will be discussing about total cost. Okay, so total cost is the combination of what? Fixed cost and variable cost. So whenever we talk about total cost, what is included? Fixed cost and variable cost. Okay, so fixed cost is fixed. Fixed cost is fixed. Even if the farm is producing 0 output, or the farm is producing 100 output, it will be fixed. Fine? Like, example, if the farm is buying plant machineries, land and building, so that once that is purchased, so that's a fixed cost. Machinery is purchased, and that machinery is used again and again. If you're producing 1 unit also, you have to use that machinery. Okay? If you are producing 2 units also, you have to use that particular land and the factory site. Right? So that's how fixed cost is fixed, even if the output is more or less, or like 0. But variable cost will vary with the change in the output. So if output will increase, variable cost will also increase. So combination of, like we can say, the combination of fixed cost and variable cost is the total cost. So that's why we can say that TC is equal to TFC plus TVC. Fine? So if there is a 0 output, TC will be something like, suppose, 100. Okay? But TVC will be, this is TFC, and TVC will be 0. Okay? So when the farm is not producing anything, but there will be a fixed cost, but there won't be any variable cost, because you do not have to pay wages to the laborers. So wages, paying it to the laborer is one of the example of variable cost. Fine? So when you will go on producing more and more number of quantity, then variable cost will also increase. Fine. So now we'll start with AC, average cost. So here, TC divided by Q. Q is quantity. So total cost divided by quantity is your average cost all about. Fine? So here AC curve. How is AC curve? AC curve is U shape, that you remember. So it's in your study material, it is U shape. Fine, you can draw also next to your AC, it is U shape, AC curve. Now next is AFC. AFC, the formula of AFC is TFC divided by Q. AFC is equal to your TFC divided by Q. So here AFC curve slopes downward from left to right and it is rectangular hyperbola. You underline that or you can write that. It is rectangular hyperbola. So it is your downward slope from left to right. So AFC curve, we are talking about AFC curve. AFC curve slopes downward from left to right and it is like your rectangular hyperbola. Fine. Now next one is average variable cost. Average variable cost. So here the formula is total variable cost divided by Q. Total variable cost divided by Q. So again here AVC curve is your U shape. AVC curve is your U shape. Okay. So AVC curve is your U shape. Now next is your marginal cost. Okay, so marginal cost means what? Marginal cost means see, to produce an additional unit of output, whatever the cost is incurred. Okay, so suppose to produce 5 unit, cost incurred is like, this is your unit or quantity. Okay, so to produce 5 units, your cost is 50. Okay, your total cost is 50, and to produce 6 units, your cost is 60. Fine. So this is your total cost. And here, if we'll calculate MC here, okay, so in this case, if to calculate MC, it will be like, it will be 10. How 10? Because to produce an additional output, that means you are producing one more output. To produce an additional output, whatever the additional cost you are incurred. So this is the additional cost you are incurring. So that is your MC all about. So here MC is equal to change in TC divided by change in Q. So here what is the change? Change is 10, right? Change is 10, and what is the change here? Change is 1. So here MC is 10. Getting it? Suppose here this is 7 and this is 65. Then MC will be 5. Okay? So MC is what? MC is marginal cost is the cost for producing an additional unit, right? So one more formula given here. You can write this formula also. MC equal to TCN minus 1. So this formula also you write it. TCN minus 1. Okay. So now go to page number 61. Everyone go to page number 61. Page number 61. So there is a difference given here. Meaning already I have told you, 4 differences are given here. Fixed costs do not vary with quantity of output. Okay, you take your pencil and see the points. Fixed costs do not vary with quantity of output. So even if the output is, this is your output, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and your total fixed cost, so it will be same. Suppose 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. Okay, so that is the first point. Fixed costs do not vary with quantity of output. It will be fixed. Then variable cost vary with the quantity of output. Okay, so here TVC. So here it will be 0. At 0 output, variable cost is 0. So here it will keep on increasing. Suppose here 5, 10, 15, 20, this way. Okay. Then point number 2, they are related with fixed factors, and variable costs are related with the variable factors like payment of wages to the laborers, or we can say raw material, purchase of raw material. Okay, so आपको जितना produce करना है, आप उतना ही raw material खरीदोगे. So more if you want to produce, more raw material you will purchase. Okay, so variable cost will be more. Then point number 3, they do not become 0. Okay, so fixed cost will never be 0. That you remember. Fixed cost will never be 0. कभी 0 नहीं होगा. क्यों नहीं होगा? There will be some fixed assets, or we can say fixed things are required in a particular factory or maybe in a business firm. Right? Even if it will not produce, that is required. So there will be always a what? Fixed cost. It will never be 0. But variable cost can be 0, that you remember. Now, point number 4. Okay, so here point number 3 continue. They remain same even when production is stopped. Even if there is no production, there will be a fixed cost. Fine? Then point number 4, production may not recover the fixed cost. And here production should at least recover the variable cost. Fine. Now next one, cost function. So what is for cost function all about? So whenever we talk about function, function means we are talking about relationship. Functions mean we are talking about relationship. So what is the relationship between cost? Okay, relationship of cost with what? That is your cost function all about. Cost with what? Right? So here you can see relationship between cost of production and physical quantity of output. Okay? So relationship, whenever we are talking about function, we are talking about relationship. So cost or car logot tumar relationship ase. Okay? So cost is incurred to produce something, that is your physical output. Akash, don't talk. Okay? Underline. So production should at least recover, the cost function explains the functional relationship between cost of production and physical quantity of output. So you can write this as C equal function Q. So cost is related to the output. And one more thing I want to tell you, there is nothing called fixed cost and variable cost in the long run. Right? So in the short run, there is a fixed cost and there is a variable cost. But in the long run, even fixed cost can be changed. Right? You can buy You can again buy more units, right? More like fixed assets and all. So in the long run, you can change all those, right? So in the long run, there is no difference between, or we can say there is nothing called you cannot change, right? In the short run, you can change. In the short run, fixed cost is fixed and variable cost is, it varies. Okay, so now go to page number 65. We'll talk about revenue. Cost is money is going, right? So money is going to produce the quantity of output, and revenue is money is coming, okay? So whatever money receiving by the firm by selling output, by selling various units, okay? By selling various units, whatever money is coming, that is your revenue all about. Yes, sir? Sell kori pelai jonkhini poisa ahibo, hetue hoise tumar revenue. You can see here, it is the money or income obtained by the firm or producer by the sale of goods and services in the market. Okay, so here revenue is like whatever the money is coming by selling the units of output, that is called revenue all about. So here you have to again study three concepts: total revenue, average revenue, and marginal revenue. Okay, so here you will study about TR, that is total revenue, average revenue, and marginal revenue. Okay, so total revenue is the number of quantity that you have sold with the given price. Okay, so here you can see it is the total amount of income obtained by the firm or producer by the selling of total goods and services in the market. The sum of all marginal revenue is also called total revenue. So TR equal to P into Q. P into Q. P means what? Yes. Price of one unit and how much quantity you have sold. So that is your TR all about. Price of one unit and how much quantity you have sold. AR is TR divided by Q. TR divided by Q is AR. And MR is, yes, change in TR divided by change in Q. That is your marginal revenue. So marginal revenue is what? Marginal revenue is additional income that is obtained. Additional income that is obtained by selling an additional unit of output. Fine. So that is your marginal revenue all about. So additional unit if you are selling and you are getting an additional income, that is called your marginal revenue all about. So marginal revenue is equal to what? Yes, change in TR divided by change in Q. Okay. So here there is a question as in like few factors are given here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So output is given and price of the product is given. Price is like 10. 1 unit price is given 10. And TR is given here. Total revenue. Okay, so TR is given here. Given as in like TR, how will you calculate TR here? 1 into 10, 10. 2 into 10, 20. Because P into output, 3 into 10, 30, 40, and 50. Right? And what will be our AR? So, AR is equal to TR divided by Q. 10 divided by 1, 10. 20 divided by 2, 30 divided by 3, 10. Here also 10, here also 10. Right? So here, how we are doing it? 10 divided by 1. And this is 20 divided by 2. Here it is 30 divided by 3. So that way. And how will you calculate MR here? So to calculate MR, you will see TR. So you will see the difference here. The difference is 10. Okay, so here, like difference is 10 here. Everywhere difference is 10. So it will be MR is your 10. You can write 10. So additional revenue that is obtained by selling additional unit. So in page number 65, we can see in perfect competition market, the price is constant as the goods are homogeneous. Okay, so already I have told you and taught you what is your perfect competition market all about. So here they are selling homogeneous products. Okay, so price is constant here. So here AR and MR are change when the output is increased, as shown in the following table. So here AR and MR is equal in perfect competitive market. Okay, perfect competitive market, AR and MR curve. You can see AR and MR curve. It is parallel to OX axis because the price is constant. Okay, so that line you write down. Okay, so we are talking about perfect competition market. In the perfect competition market, as goods are homogeneous and price is constant. Okay, so because of that, AR equal to MR. So here you can see the AR and MR curve is equal here. Why? Because price is constant. And that is because AR and MR curve is parallel to OX axis. Okay, so what is the fact here all about? In perfect competition, as goods are homogeneous, price is constant. So as price is constant, okay, AR and MR is equal. So AR and MR curve here you can see. Okay, and this is parallel to OX axis. Okay, done? Written? All the facts, this one, AR and MR curve is parallel to OX axis. So in the long run, fixed cost is also variable or changeable, variable. Is it true or false? Fine. Now you see AR and MR curve under imperfect competition in page number 66. So imperfect competition, the price is changed, unlike your perfect competition. When the seller wants to increase the sales, he must reduce the price. When the price is decreased, then the average revenue and marginal revenue are also decreased. This can be shown by the following schedule. So we are talking about now imperfect competition market. Imperfect competition market. So here price is constant? No. Price is? Price is? In imperfect competition market, price is? Yes, changeable, right. Right? You can change the price. You can decrease or you can increase the price. So in the imperfect competition market, to capture a bigger share into the market or maybe to sell more goods, the seller, the producers, what they do is they decrease the price. So if they decrease the price to sell more product. Okay. So if they will decrease the price to sell more product, in that case, AR and MR will also decrease. Okay. So if price will be decreased, average revenue will decrease. Okay. So, and even, yes, marginal revenue will decrease. So total revenue will decrease, average revenue will decrease, your marginal revenue will also decrease. Fine. So you can draw this from this diagram. In imperfect market, both MR and AR curve slope downward from left to right. Here MR curve is below the AR curve. The price is always equal to average revenue, P equal to AR in all markets. MR is half of the AR. Okay, so you can draw here. It slopes downward from left to right. It is sloping downward. So what is the slope of AR and MR curve? What is the slope of AR and MR curve? AR and, yes, you write this also. AR curve is downward sloping. Downward sloping from, yes, left to right. Fine. So in imperfect competition market, as the price changes, and when the price decreases by the seller to sell more units, the AR and MR also decreases. So that's why AR and MR curve is downward sloping from left to right. And MR curve is below the AR curve. Yes, sir? So MR yate tumar negative hobo pare. Understood. Now, what is the next class? So how's your preparation? When is your exam? 16 June. Okay, you have time. May and June. Okay. So you try to solve the MCQs which are there in your study material. Have you gone through the MCQs? Even you go through the fill in the blanks also. Okay, so here there is a question. I can just going through it. In a competitive market, dash is the price maker. Farm, Industry, Consumer, Trade Association. Page number 104. In a competitive market, dress is the price maker, industry, that is your demand and supply. Then railway is an example of perfect market, true or false? 1F. Railway is an example of perfect market. So it is an example of monopoly, yes. Here we have, in India, we have only Indian Railways. Yes, it is monopoly. Which of these is associated with a monopolistic competitive market? Price differentiation, homogeneous product, normal in short run, single buyer. Monopolistic. In perfect competition, it is homogeneous. Then in monopolistic competitive market? Single buyer? No. Yes, product differentiation. Right? Product differentiation. So that way, whatever topics we have covered, that day we have covered market, right? So you try to solve the questions from market and your answer is given in the study material. The day you will complete one topic, so that day we have completed market. So you try to do it by yourself with a pencil, then you check whether your concept is right or not. You have learned something or not. Okay, today you have learned about cost and revenue and try to do the MCQs related to revenue and cost. So options will be confusing. So you have to clear your confusions, right? So until and unless if you will not do it, how will you be able to know the answers and understand the concept, right? So you have to do it. All the questions are given here. Match the following is given. From that also you will at least learn something. Okay, try to do. See, questions are given, fill in the blanks are given, so you try to do it. Right now you do not have anything else to study. Apart from CMA, are you studying something? Maximum are not studying. So that's why I'm telling you. Fine? Okay. So that's all for today. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.